Jessica knows him too. She says he's very nice.
We met in the spring of 2006. He had seen my MySpace profile, and within a couple of weeks, went on our first date, and we immediately hit it off. We were almost inseparable at that point. A few days later, he asked me to go with him to California.
Tasha, I'm in Palm Springs. Oh no, the hotel is amazing. I know, I can't believe I'm here either. Oh, he is totally gorgeous, and he's been such a gentleman. No, if he was gonna abduct me, he wouldn't do it at a business conference, would he?
I had qualified to go to a national sales convention. I'm a financial advisor. I was allowed to bring a guest with me and thought it'd be a really good time, and invited her out with me.
Hey, hard day at the office?
Oh, so hard. I have no idea.
I just looked at it as, hey, look, how would you like to go on an all-expenses-paid vacation to a resort? How bad could that be?
At the end of the convention, Brandon and Gina head out on a day trip to a nearby beauty spot. Intending to be back well before nightfall, the couple dress light.
I'm gonna leave my purse here, so maybe you could take these for me?
His pockets full, Brandon leaves his mobile behind.
We didn't think anything of it. We were only going to be gone a couple hours, or I guess so we thought.
At 10,834 feet above sea level, Mount San Jacinto is the second highest mountain in Southern California.
And as we're going up, she mentions, there's this is mountain lion territory. There's also a lot of rattlesnakes in this area.
But as long as you stay on the trails, you should be okay.
Among the most rugged wilderness regions in the US, Mount San Jacinto is the second highest peak in Southern California. With no access road, the only way up or down is by cable car. And while temperatures can hit the 80s and 90s on the desert floor during May, the summit is still dusted with snow.
Somebody mentioned it's going to get cold because you're going up 8,500 odd feet and there's going to be a wind. So you might want to grab a sweatshirt or a jacket, something like that to have with you. So we got up to the top, about to head out for our walk. It was totally perfect. And I guess you just think, you don't have a care in the world at that point. We're the typical young couple in love. Seeing the snow, I decided, sneaking behind him, that I would mess with him.
Brandon.
What?
I just kind of turned to him and just nailed him right in the head with the snowball, and that point, it was on. It was just so fun, just throwing snowballs at each other in May.
Wait, stop. Listen.
What? What is it?
You hear that? Sounds like a waterfall. Don't get me mad.
So we headed off to go find this waterfall.
I can hear it. Can you see it yet?
Not yet.
Unused to this kind of environment, the city dwellers from Dallas, Texas, don't realize that the mountain is playing acoustic tricks on them. While the sound of the waterfall seems nearby, it is actually rebounding off the hard rock walls and echoing around the mountain.
It didn't sound far, but I guess, the sounds play with you, play with your mind, and play with your head.
Gotta be here somewhere.
Are we there yet? I think this is getting to be like a real hike.
A little further, Gina. Should be really cool.
We eventually did find the waterfall, which was not impressive.
Wow. It's not exactly Niagara Falls, is it?
Ow.
Did you get one?
Oh, maybe you don't want to see this one.
See? Let me see it. See?
We took some pictures, which didn't turn out very well at all, and then decided to turn back.
Time should be getting back. Come on. Yeah, we should. All right.
Gina and Brandon have 20 minutes to meet their tour party at the cable car station. But going back the way they came is not easy.
It seemed so simple when we walked off the path to get to the waterfall. It felt like all we did was around 2 boulders, behind a tree, and over the top of another boulder, and there it was. So we kind of, retraced our steps, and it was seeming to take much longer.
Hey, can you hear that?
This way. Can't be far.
We could hear voices, but we couldn't really match up with them.
It's now less than 10 minutes before the tour party leaves. Brandon and Gina can hear the other tourists, but they cannot find them.
This way.
We couldn't get to them. They seemed to be just right there, and we lost voices. We couldn't hear anyone else talking. And at that point, you kind of, okay, something might not be right here.
Meanwhile, the rest of the tour party has descended without Brandon and Gina and will soon return to the hotel.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Brandon and Gina now realize they've not only missed their rendezvous, they've lost their way back to the station. It's beginning to be a true test of their fledgling relationship.
You've got no idea where we are, have you?
Not exactly. But at least I'm looking for a way out.
He goes, you can sit there if you want to, but I'm gonna keep on moving. I think he wanted to be the big, strong, tough guy that's not scared in front of me.
At that point, it was probably important that I sent a little message of, okay, we can't panic. We have to stay focused on the task at hand.
Despite Brandon's determination to find the mountain station, the dense pine forests and steep rock faces block their path. They're tantalizingly close to the station, but they just can't see it.
I think we're close. We just need to go a little bit further this direction or this direction. We'll see something we recognize and we'll be fine. That went on for a while, and then I realized that no, I do think we're lost. And so at that point, we decided, okay, we have to start yelling for help.
Hey! Is anybody there? Hello?
We're too short. Must have taken a taxi back. Okay, let's go.
We've now passed the rendezvous time. Now we have a real problem. Okay, before it was something that was very manageable. Now it's sinking in. I think we have an issue.
As night falls, Gina and Brandon are lost in one of the most desolate and unforgiving parts of the Southern Californian wilderness. But even worse, no one knows they're missing. The most immediate danger for Brandon and Gina is hypothermia. Lightly dressed, they're at the mercy of the plunging mountain temperatures, which can drop well below zero at night. they must retain body heat, or frostbite, exposure, and eventual death may follow.
All we had was wind pants and windbreakers on, not any type of gear or something to prepare for this type of weather, or food or water or anything, because we originally had only intended to walk maybe a few hundred yards to take a picture and then head back to a mountain station. So we weren't hikers, we were tourists.
Brandon, I'm so cold.
It's okay, Gina, it's okay.
I really felt responsible. It's one thing to put yourself in a bad situation, but to put somebody else in a bad situation is tough to stomach. And so, at one point, Gina started to cry. She was very scared. And, I started to just apologize. I'm so sorry for putting you in this situation. And she stopped me right there.
And I said, no, we're okay. We're in this together. We both took the wrong steps. We're both following each other here. We're okay. We're in this together. So I think at that point, he accepted that I was not blaming him by any means, that I was right there with him, that we were gonna get through this together.
You can't stay here. You'll freeze to death. You've got to move.
Where?
We passed a cave a little way back. It's better than being out here in the open. Come on. Come on.
Stumbling their way through the darkness, Gina and Brandon are aware of another very real mountain danger.
We had been warned that there's mountain lions and rattlesnakes in these mountains. We weren't really looking to see any wildlife. We were hoping we didn't see any wildlife at that point.
There it is.
Wait, don't go in there.
Why not?
I don't know, anything could be in there.
I can't see a thing.
I don't know if it was just a gut reaction or just instinct or how he knew to do it. He took my camera, which I thought was genius. I don't know how he thought of it.
Give me your camera.
Camera?
It's a flash, doesn't it?
Turn on there.
It's clear. There's nothing in there.
Although no longer out in the open, Brandon and Gina are still at the mercy of Mount San Jacinto's bitter chill.
Well, that night, yeah, it really got to a level cold that I've never experienced before. I'm looking at my watch, and it's 11 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, okay, we have 7 more hours of this? And we're already freezing, shivering, and how much longer can we endure this?
Brandon and Gina survive a long, cold night in their makeshift shelter. Exhausted, they've had nothing to eat or drink in the last 24 hours. Even so, Gina's mind is on more everyday anxieties.
This was by far the most awkward date I had ever been on in my life. Here I am with this guy I barely know, and I'm stuck. Now he's going to, smell my morning breath, and he's gonna see me without my makeup on, and I have dirty hair, and it's all those classic girl things you think of when you're in a new relationship.
Brandon's thoughts are on more practical matters.
In my mind, I'm going.
It is very spectacular. It's very remote and kind of pristine wilderness. Everyone was quite buzzed up. I don't think Mumba was quite so keen. He'd never flown an airplane before.
Zambian Mumba Chikungu is here to provide the men with local knowledge.
You okay? Yes.
The men are planning to establish a conservation park in the area. And the aim of this morning is to spot large herds of buffalo.
As we flew around, we saw about 6 or 7 elephants.
We were really looking for buffalo. They are usually quite plentiful, but I wasn't finding them.
Okay, take me down. Let's have a look down there.
He said, let's go in and see what we can find.
They're flying towards a wetland area where buffalo might gather. But this means flying in close to a huge escarpment rock face.
We had to get in quite close to this escarpment to be able to have a look at them properly. We were traveling quite fast.
Hold on.
The closer they get to the escarpment, the more turbulent the air becomes.
I noticed that the airplane seemed to be descending.
Then suddenly, the air sucks the plane downwards.
You get these vortexes that come off the ridge, and we'd flown into one of those.
At full throttle, Adam attempts to pull the plane up over the oncoming escarpment to escape the vortex.
I was trying to keep the airplane going at maximum revs to keep the nose up. The stall warning came on. This is bad news. I know this is really bad news. We were in serious trouble.
It seemed like we were not going to get over the top.
Just seconds before impact, Adam manages to bank the plane.
I managed to get the wings level, but we were going down.
Going in! We're going in!
What happened is that we just lost it.
Going in! We're going in! Race! Race!
I had about 10 or 15 seconds to say I had a good life.
Race!
And then we hit.
The plane is shattered on impact. All 4 men are trapped inside the fuselage.
I woke up, and the first thing I knew one had to do with these situations is get out of the aeroplane.
Get out! Get out!
I wasn't really aware of where I was. I must have been somehow aware that the right way out was on my right.
Pilot Adam struggles to free himself from the wreckage. He's in for a shock.
I landed on the wing, but then, there was this huge pain. Shoots through your whole body like an electric shock. And I immediately knew I'd broken my back.
Adam has escaped the burning fuselage, but he's now helpless on the wing, where the fuel for the plane is stored.
Fire!
As fuel leaks closer to the flames,
We still had a significant amount of fuel on board, and I was lying on it.
the smallest drop could ignite the fuel tank, turning the plane and all 4 men into a fireball.
Fire!
Say, get out! Get out!
Mumba scrambles clear, but Clive is still inside the wreckage.
I remember waking up. First thing I saw was Adam lying on the wing. I smelled aviation fuel. I thought I had to get out of here.
Get out! Get out now!
It was hot and it was horrible, and there was just carnage everywhere. There was a very steep slope, and I just rolled down the hill.
The plane is a ticking time bomb, ready to explode with Adam stuck on the wing.
I was scared. I thought, this is not good.
There was flame coming out of the engine. There was a fair amount of fuel leaking from the wing.
Fuel is very, very explosive stuff, and the slightest spark or flame, the whole thing fireballs. The slightest contact and the whole thing will blow. And there was nothing I could do about it.
Miraculously, the fire burns out. The most immediate danger is over.
Clive!
But like Adam, Clive is seriously injured and unable to move.
I just had this terrible pain, as if someone had stuck something into my back. I was just writhing on the ground, looking for a position that would give me some relief.
On impact, Clive's spine was twisted backwards and his vertebrae crushed together. Despite fracturing his back, he's managed to roll 70 feet away from the plane.
I felt a little bit guilty that somehow I'd panicked because of fear of explosion and just tried to run away from that as fast as I could.
Adam!
Clive has no idea if his colleagues have survived.
I could see the plane, but I couldn't really see any detail. I couldn't see Adam. I could just see the plane from where I was lying.
Adam! Clive! Adam, are you okay? I'm on the wing!
I kept calling to Adam, who just kept asking me if I was all right, and I said, yeah, I'm okay.
So I knew that Clive was alive, but in serious pain.
While Adam and Clive are both injured, Mumba is lucky enough to have survived relatively unscathed. But Graham is still missing.
I couldn't see or hear anything from Graham at all.
Graham!
And I thought he was dead.
Can you hear me?
I mean, I really did think he was dead.
A check on Graham. Mumba, is he okay? Mumba, is he okay?
Graham has taken the full impact of the crash.
Is he okay?
It's his foot. His foot is hanging off.
But he's alive?
Yes, he's breathing.
So that was a huge relief.
Graham is the most severely injured of them all. In shock, he doesn't grasp the full horror of what has happened.
I knew my back was damaged and I knew my feet were damaged, but I didn't realize how bad.
Adrenaline is numbing Graham's pain.
When I looked down, my one foot was badly damaged with my leg bone sticking out. I could see out of one eye a little bit, and everything was blooding up very fast.
To add to his misery, Graham can barely hear the other men. His hearing aid has been lost in the crash.
You hurt bad?
I'm afraid I can't feel my legs.
I couldn't move my legs. And then I realized that, you know, I was paralyzed. You're lying there. You're the pilot. You are responsible. You know, these guys are your responsibility. And I was thinking, you know, Graham is in dire straits. You know, he needs help.
We need to make radio contact. We need to contact Lusaka.
Okay.
Remember, you need to switch the radio on.
It's a massive risk. With the plane soaked in fuel, one spark from the radio's electrics could trigger an explosion and kill them all. But it's their only hope.
So we turned the radio on, and you can hear a click.
Mayday. Mayday. Can you hear me?